Hey there, I'm Elizabeth, the owner of Root to Rise Remedies Astrology, and in this video I'm going to focus in on two central themes, the pair of eclipses and the Mercury retrograde that will be affecting us from late March through early May 2024. But one major theme I'm leaving out is the conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus on April 20th. This is a large-scale event with widespread impact that will affect us for months on either side of the exact conjunction. I just wrote a blog post about it, which you can find on my website under latest updates. And I also have a new podcast explaining what the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction means in each house of the natal chart. This is an educational tool to help read your own chart, and it's available for $6 on Patreon, no subscription required. All of that info is in the blog post, and the link to that is included below the video. A quick side note that all of the charts that I use in this video are set for my location here in Massachusetts, so you will have to adjust that for where you are geographically. So let's dive into the forecast, and we're going to begin on March 18th, which is the day before the spring equinox. That's when Mercury, which has taken the lead ahead of the Sun in the zodiac, forms a conjunction with the lunar north node at 15 degrees Aries. So there's a south node and a north node of the moon, and they symbolize karmic pressure points, where unresolved history, in the form of negative or unconscious behavior, is taking hold in society. In evolutionary astrology, the south node represents the past, and the north node represents the healing remedy. It helps balance that ingrained unconscious patterning that the south node holds. Whenever a full moon or a new moon falls near the lunar nodes, we experience an eclipse, and generally they happen in pairs. So when Mercury hits that north node on March 18th, it opens the door to eclipse season. And the north node indicates where the energy is needed in its highest form. It is lacking in the environment, and therefore it's challenging to society because we feel insecure about it. So look for insight from Mercury about where courage and direct action may be needed. Eclipse seasons tend to pull on our emotions very strongly. So look for overreactions that come up about unconscious fears on March 18th. Then, just after midnight on the morning of Tuesday, March 19th, Mercury reaches 16 degrees Aries, entering its shadow. This is the place where it will return back to as it goes retrograde in April. And now for the rest of the month of March, pay extra attention to what you're saying and to the information that's circulating right in front of you. This is not the time to begin new projects, but rather to focus on what needs to be completed in order to clear the way for new things in the future. Later that night, at 11:06 p.m. on Tuesday, the Sun enters Aries, joining Mercury, Chiron, and the North Node in the first sign of the zodiac. This is the official start of the spring season, and at 1:30 Wednesday afternoon, March 20th, Mercury forms a conjunction with Chiron. Chiron is a tender spot. It symbolizes hurts that have been harbored for ages. But there's wisdom available in that suffering, an attunement to something deeply human, and an ability to foster growth in others. Mercury's conjunction to Chiron and Aries indicates a sharp clarity of mind, an ability to cut through and get to the heart of the matter. In positive terms, this can manifest as powerful ideas that challenge people into awareness. Negatively speaking, this can manifest as wounding remarks and antagonistic defenses. And now we reach the first eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra on March 25th. This lunation is connected to the South Node, which brings out the shadow side of Libra. That means that the tendency for people-pleasing, where we take the path of least resistance with others in order to appease them or make ourselves look better, has deteriorated trust in relationships. With the nodes in Libra and Aries, we're facing a karmic resurgence of anger from the past, those neglected and lingering battles that still block us from standing in power. The healing available at this time is bringing more direct authenticity into relationships so that they are built on mutual respect and support. So this Libra lunar eclipse will open a door to those energies that have made us fearful and mistrustful of engaging. Maybe this full moon will allow us a way to start breaking those patterns. Mercury starts slowing down to a crawl at the end of March, and it will station retrograde at 27 degrees Aries on April 1st. So, the fastest moving planet, Mercury, in the most impatient, headstrong sign, Aries, is coming to a complete standstill. There's something inherently frustrating about that symbolism. It may feel like we can't keep pace with the hectic events that are unfolding. It's just a day to slow down and be mindful of time and words and movement. Things tend to go strangely when Mercury stations retrograde, so be careful around April 1st. And the first half of Mercury's retrograde is really a time to reconsider old positions. If things don't seem to be working, take a moment, take a breath. Don't get frustrated by mistakes, but use it as an opportunity to strengthen yourself and to review the past and edit old material. The second eclipse is the solar eclipse new moon in Aries on Monday, April 8th, which lines up in exact conjunction with Chiron. This one is visible over large portions of the U.S. and into eastern Canada, and it introduces one of the most potent storms of energy in 2024. Mercury backs up in retrograde motion into a conjunction with the Sun on Thursday, April 11th, and Mercury continues backing up into its second conjunction with Chiron on April 15th. Plus, keep in mind that the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is getting amplified in the background as it grows exact on April 20th. Mercury will complete its retrograde on April 25th, stationing direct again at 27 degrees Aries. And this is really where we can launch forward with new ideas and a better understanding of what has happened in the past. It's a really groundbreaking and inventive time in late April and early May because of the eclipse energy and Mercury's direct station coupled with the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. So we can really make significant changes and move forward into new territory. Thank you so much for watching the video. My weekly forecast can be found on Patreon, and of course you can learn more about all of my astrology readings on my website, roottorizeremedies.com. I hope you enjoy your spring.